welcome. It's Brian, and welcome to my new series, My Favorite Guitar Records. This is episode 6. We are talking about King Crimson. I did a Robert Fripp one. There's a little bit of overlap, but he's such an important player that I thought I would just dedicate one to King Crimson and my favorite King Crimson records. And the only caveat behind this whole series is that I actually have to physically own it. And so for King Crimson, I have to say that I have pretty much everything, so it's an easy one to kind of file it down. Some bands don't have that many records and all of that, so it's kind of more challenging, but fun. So today, these aren't necessarily in any importance of order, but they are in my top 5. So we'll start with Beat. I totally love this record, and of course, we'll talk about others from this era, but this one was really important. It's a little more succinct, a little more song-oriented than Discipline, but there's some great stuff on it for sure. Neurotica, the Howler, Neurotica, and then you have songs like Waiting Man and Heartbeat, Neil, Jack, and Me. Those are almost like cool, like interesting, like art pieces, almost pop, to some degree. I wouldn't say that, but that's kind of where it's coming from. Just a really great record, and I kind of like this more than Discipline, depending on the day. It depends, though, but great record, Beat. Next, of course, have to have In the Court of the Crimson King. I would say this is probably number 5, actually, out of the ones I'm doing. I totally think it's a super important record, almost for progressive rock. It is the most important record. And songs like I Talk to the Wind, Epitaph, love that, Moonchild. The whole record is kind of cool. I'm going to talk about the next one because I go back and forth with how important they are to me personally as records that, loving King Crimson. And that next one would be, of course, In the Wake of Poseidon. So, Peace, Cadence and Cascade, Peace, A Theme, all of these really great songs. The only thing on this, I guess, that's kind of goofy is the cat food part, but, that grows on you. So, incredible record. Like I said, I go back and forth between these two. I usually say I like this one more than In the Court of the Crimson King, but like I said, it depends on the day. My favorite eras of King Crimson are obviously, to be blunt, from Starless and Bible Black and Red, and then Lark's Tongues and Aspect. Those 3 are really important. There's like 3 parts, I guess. So the 69 to 70 era, obviously, Wake of Poseidon and Court of the Crimson King, and then you have the 3 with Bill Bruford and John Wetton. John Wetton was such an important part of that band, such a great muscular player and incredible vocals, and I just really, really love that band. And I'm not sure they had some other records in them, but I'm glad they did 3. And my favorite is Starless and Bible Black out of those 3. I think it's the most impactful for me emotionally, and just the playing's more refined. A lot of this is live and passed off as like a studio recording. I was reading that, and you can tell. But actually, The Great Deceiver, Lament, Night Watch, Trio, that's one I would love to have at my funeral because it's so quiet. There's just some really interesting dynamic things happening on this record that most records don't have. So yeah, love this record. And Red's kind of the culmination of it, the last record with that group of people. I don't know if Jamie Muir's on that one, actually. I know there's strings on it, but he may have left, if I remember right. I love the songs on Red. They seem like they're more polished than this. There's just something really got some cool energy to it. And of course, if we're talking about 80s King Crimson, there's 3 records. And of course, you have to have this. It was mind blowing. I remember seeing him on TV. I've said this many times. I think I say it in another video about Robert Fripp, but mind blowing as well. And just changed my world. And became a huge Adrian Belew fan. I might have known that he was in. No, actually, I didn't know he was in Talking Heads. I knew he was in Zappa. Kind of. I was pretty young, I guess, so I wasn't paying attention to every player, but a super important record for sure. Really dig it. And I'm sure anyone that loves King Crimson, this has got to be in there somewhere. And hopefully all of you are going to see Beat, the tour with Steve Vai and Tony Levin and Adrian, and then who's playing, who am I forgetting? Oh, Danny Carey from Tool. I bought my tickets. They're not coming to the Pacific Northwest, unfortunately, so I'm going to go to Las Vegas the last night of the tour. Hopefully it's really great. So there you have it. My number 6 episode, the second one featuring Robert Fripp. And please name your favorites in here. I'd love to hear. So anyway, thanks again. Thanks for watching.